Power Dynamics and Entertainment Industry Control. 2,000-word article, no mid-headlines. The world of entertainment is often presented as glamorous, filled with dazzling lights, screaming fans, red carpets, and curated images of perfection. Yet beneath this glossy surface, countless unresolved questions linger. Questions about power, influence, vulnerability, and the precarious nature of celebrity life. The conversations surrounding Yu Menglong's case, regardless of what is factual, rumored, or speculated, have become a symbolic lens through which many observers examine deeper structural concerns within the Chinese entertainment ecosystem. His situation, discussed widely online and interpreted in many ways, has sparked debates not just about his personal trajectory, but about the entire machinery that governs artists' careers, their safety, and the invisible forces that shape their destinies. At the center of these discussions lies the question of power. Power in the entertainment industry is rarely straightforward. It is often fragmented, concealed, or dispersed among networks of agents, studios, producers, investors, bureaucratic forces, and the algorithms of social media. In the Chinese entertainment sphere, with its strict regulations, massive capital investment, and intense competition, the pressure placed upon actors can reach levels unimaginable to the general public. When situations like Yu Menglong's circulate online, whether they stem from misunderstandings, exaggerated fan concerns, or genuine structural problems, they frequently tap into a collective anxiety about how much control a celebrity truly has over their own life and career. These concerns erupt because many fans have become increasingly aware that success in the entertainment world is not purely based on talent or hard work. It is often a negotiation with forces far beyond an artist's individual reach. The narrative that surrounds Yu Menglong's situation, real or speculative, touches upon a recurring fear among audiences. The notion that celebrities may become commodities in a vast system that prioritizes economic gain and institutional interests over human well-being. For many, his name became associated with questions about manipulation, coercion, exploitation, and the blurry boundary between public image and private vulnerability. When fans discuss hidden forces, they're not necessarily pointing to anything supernatural or conspiratorial. Rather, they are expressing a growing awareness of the structural issues that exist within entertainment industries around the world. Gatekeepers who determine opportunities, powerful agencies that can make or break careers, and decision-making processes that often occur behind closed doors. China's entertainment industry, in particular, is known for its tight control and heavy emphasis on image. Every public statement, drama release, endorsement, or social media post is monitored carefully. An actor's behavior off-screen can have significant consequences. Any controversy, whether verified or not, may lead to sudden contract cancellations or removal from projects. This creates an environment where celebrities learn to perform not just their characters, but also a flawless version of themselves. They must portray idealized personalities, maintain impeccable public relations, and avoid even the slightest hint of misconduct. However, perfection is a heavy burden. Actors often carry emotional exhaustion and fear that any misstep might be misunderstood by the public, amplified online, or interpreted unfavorably by those who hold power over them. In this landscape, agencies wield tremendous influence. An agency can be both an artist's greatest support system and their most restrictive force. When online discussions reference manipulation or control, they often stem from broader concerns about how much authority agencies hold. Contracts may bind actors to grueling schedules, limit their financial independence, or require them to participate in promotional activities with little personal input. Some fans speculate that the pressure on actors like Yu Menglong could be connected to these industry norms. While every agency operates differently and many treat their artists ethically, the power asymmetry remains undeniable. This imbalance fuels speculation whenever a celebrity experiences a setback, vanishes temporarily from public view, or appears emotionally distressed. The conversations that emerged after Yu Menglong's situation first stirred online did not quiet down. They multiplied, twisting into something larger than a single person. What fascinated the public most was not just the uncertainty around his circumstances, but what those uncertainties represented. The growing belief that the entertainment industry operates like a fortress with layers of locked doors, each guarded by someone with more power than the last. Fans often imagine these hidden corridors with dim lighting, powerful executives speaking quietly in conference rooms, and artists wandering through unsure of where they belong. Whether these images are exaggerated or symbolic, they capture the emotional reality of an industry that feels both glamorous and suffocating at the same time. In many online discussions, people describe the entertainment world as a place where careers can rise overnight, but can disappear just as easily. They picture a young actor sitting in a makeup chair at 4 a.m., exhausted but smiling for the camera because that is what the contract requires. They imagine him finishing a 16-hour shoot only to be told he must attend another promotional event, pose with another forced smile, answer more scripted questions, and pretend everything is normal even when the weight of his life feels anything but. These scenes, though fictionalized by fans, speak to a collective belief that the industry's brightest stars may be struggling more than the public realizes. The idea of manipulation in the industry is often discussed through symbolic storytelling. People imagine an actor walking into a meeting room filled with tension. The executives sit with polished suits and calm expressions, their words polite but heavy with implications. They tell him what image he must maintain, what projects he must accept, how often he must appear online, and how he must present himself to avoid trouble. The actor nods, knowing that refusal could mean the end of opportunities he worked years to achieve. These fictional scenes are woven from public anxieties more than actual events, but they highlight how powerless fans believe celebrities can feel, even at the peak of their fame. Some of the most dramatic interpretations involve the idea that powerful agents or agency networks hold invisible strings. People imagine a late-night phone call from a manager telling an artist to delete a post immediately, to avoid certain friends, to act more cheerful in tomorrow's interview, or to stay quiet about personal struggles. Fans describe these moments as if they're watching a suspense thriller, the actor sitting alone in a dark apartment, holding his phone, debating whether to press send on a message he knows the agency won't approve. These imagined scenarios resonate because they express a fear that artists cannot show their true selves without paying a price. In the heat of online speculation, many fans created emotional dramatizations of how an actor like Menglong might feel navigating an environment driven by image, money, and influence. They picture him sitting backstage after a performance, watching crowds scream his name, yet feeling strangely disconnected from the noise. They imagine him looking into a mirror surrounded by bright bulbs, makeup smudged, costume half undone, staring at his own reflection and wondering whether the person he sees belongs to him or to the industry. The mirror scene repeated in thousands of fan discussions reflects a universal fear that fame, when controlled by powerful forces, can distort identity in ways difficult to reverse. One of the most common themes people project into these discussions is the divide between public strength and private vulnerability. On screen, an actor may appear confident, articulate, and perfectly composed. But behind closed doors, fans imagine moments of doubt, pacing across a dimly lit room, rereading harsh comments online, replaying instructions from managers, or worrying about expectations he cannot escape. These imagined scenes are emotionally gripping because they echo real human struggles. People recognize themselves in the pressure, the self-doubt, the desire for freedom, the fear of disappointing others. Celebrities become symbols for anyone who has felt trapped by expectations. Many fans also describe the industry as a giant chessboard. Agencies and investors are the players, projects are the pieces, and celebrities are caught somewhere in between. Sometimes kings, sometimes pawns, depending on what the industry needs at the moment. They imagine private deals being made with quiet handshakes, actors swapped between projects like bargaining chips, and decisions made about their futures without their direct input. Whether these depictions are true or not, They reveal how spectators interpret the opacity of the entertainment world. When people cannot see what happens behind the scenes, they fill the silence with stories. Stories that often reflect their darkest fears about how power can be used. The concept of hidden forces influencing careers has taken on a life of its own. Fans don't necessarily refer to anything mystical. They mean the invisible structures that determine an actor's trajectory. Executives with unmatched authority, policies that reshape entire genres overnight, sponsor expectations, and the unpredictable tides of public opinion. They imagine these forces as shadows in a room, present but unspoken, shaping everything without ever appearing on camera. And when the celebrity experiences a sudden shift, less visibility, a cancelled appearance, and unusual social media silence, these shadows grow larger in the public mind. One of the most striking imagined narratives involves the moment an actor realizes how little control he may have. Fans dramatize this as a late-night confrontation with reality. The actor sitting on the floor of his apartment, surrounded by scripts he didn't choose, posters of himself representing an image he didn't create, and a phone buzzing nonstop with demands for perfection. He thinks about how millions admire him, yet he feels isolated. He wonders whether the career he built belongs to him at all, or if it belongs to the machinery that shaped him. These fictional scenes are not claims of truth. They are emotional reflections of the audience's concerns about the industry's power. Even the depiction of powerful agents takes on cinematic qualities. Fans imagine a manager who can make one phone call and rearrange the actor's entire schedule. They picture agents negotiating fiercely with producers, telling the actor which rumors to ignore and which controversies to respond to. Behind every polished event, fans imagine hours of argument, strategy, control, and silent pressure. The public rarely sees these interactions, but the belief that they exist adds tension to every new piece of information that circulates online.